So, I wanted you guys to, these are the two questions I wanted you guys to do yesterday because we didn't, I didn't have the time to give you all four of them, and that's fine. What is the order you guys got for number one? Someone be brave, throw your hand in the air and tell me what you got. Or, just talk, that works too. What we get? What is the order we put these numbers in from least to greatest? How'd you do it? I will just start calling people out if I have to. Let's go. Josh. How did you do this? What did you get? Yeah. You just order them. Yeah, order them from least to greatest for me. What'd you get?
-2.
Okay, so negative 1.6 is the negative 1 and 2/3. Negative 1.6. Repeating, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Negative 1.6 repeating.
-1.
-1. 1/2, which is 0.5. Cool. 0.6. And then you do 1 1/4. Cool. Love it. That is perfect. Then my question to, let's pick on someone else because, that is the order they should be in. Some of them, if you don't have to convert all of them to decimals, that's fine. You certainly don't have to. Josh didn't convert the last three, and that's great. Someone different, how did you break up the number line to put all these down there? Let's go to the other side of the class. Yeah, Emerson. You went by 0.2 again? Okay. So I'm assuming 0, just like the first one? So 0 is in the middle. So this is going to be 0.2, 0.4, 0.6, 0.81, 1.2, 1.4, 1.6, 1.82, negative 0.2, negative 0.4, negative 0.6, negative 0.8, negative 1, negative 1.2, negative 1.4, negative 1.6, negative 1.8, and negative 2. And now we just got to throw these things all on that number line. Some of them are easy. The negative 2 is obviously where negative 2 is. The negative 1 is where the negative 1 is, so that's that guy and that guy. The 0.6 is right on its own, so those three are easy. If you're going out by 0.2s, those three are a piece of cake. Where'd the rest of them go? Emerson, where did you put the 1.6 repeating? The negative 1.6 repeating, rather.
Just right after the 0.6. Oh, wait. 1.6?
The negative 1.6 repeating, yeah.
So you go to 1.6 and just a bit after.
This one? When you say after, do you mean to the left of it or to the right of it?
To the left.
Perfect. Because this is, yeah, it should be right close too. That's negative 1.6. When you're moving in the negative direction, yes, we're going from 0 left. So after negative 1.6 would be to the left of it. That's great. Negative 1.6. Repeating, love that. Where do we put a half? Between 0.4 and 0.6. That's your 1/2. And then your 1 1/4. Just after which one? Perfect. And when you say just after, you mean, yeah, to the right of it. Cool. So we're looking right there at 1.25. It's a fun little ringtone. Thank you. Yeah, cool. So this is what a totally acceptable answer could look like. Did anyone get anything different that they want to ask about? Going once. And now everyone's checking. I'm seeing a whole bunch of people checking ringtones. That's probably not a terrible idea. Is that what you were doing? Making sure yours is on silent too? Okay, cool. Yeah, this is a totally acceptable answer for this first one. If you got something different, you're not sure you want to ask, by all means, let me know. But yeah, yep, we're good. The second one looks a little different. There's a lot more, well, the first one didn't have any improper fractions. This one's got a whole bunch of them. Someone other than Josh or Emerson. What do we do for number 2? What do we get? How did you convert it? What's the order? How did the number line go? Okay, I will pick someone off. Let's bring it back to this side of the class. There are no women sitting on this side of the class. That's kind of wild. Let's go to, he's on the other side of the class. Gurman. You weren't here yesterday. You get a pass. Let's go to Carson. Did you get this one done? No? Okay. How about Alex? You didn't get it done. Well, let's do it together. No, you didn't get it done. We have 2 questions. We didn't get our homework done. Let's keep going down the list then to, where's Sukman sitting? Nope, that's the wrong side of the class. Matab. Nope, that's also the other side. Nope. You didn't do it. Come on, guys. Lucas. You weren't here. Okay, here's what we're doing. Did anyone? Yes, Zara got this one. Okay, Zara, what'd you get? What'd you do?
0.3.
Okay. Oh, so this one is your 0.3 repeating? Okay. Don't forget the symbol there. And that is the least one because, yeah, it works. None of them are negative. 0.
0.4.
You bet.
2, 0.5.
Okay.
3.5.
Which one's 3.5?
2, 3 over 2.
This one. Okay, so this 3 over 2 is the same as 1.5. So 2 and 1.5 is 3.5. Okay, so you said you call that one 3.5?
Yes.
Love that.
5.3.
5.3 is 5.3 repeating.
Yes.
So that's got to be this one, your 16 thirds.
Yes.
So this is going to be 5 and 1 over 3, which you turned into 5.3 repeating. And 7.5. So 2 goes into 15 7 times, and there's 1 left over. Fantastic. So these numbers get big quick. What did your number line look like for this one?
0.3 plus 2 is 0.
Where did you put 0? Right in the middle or off to one side? Or you used the middle? Okay. That's a totally fine way to do it. Because you have no negatives, you don't have to put it right in the middle. If you want to put it over to the side, just to give you some more space, you could do that too. Did anyone not put 0 in the middle for this one? Who actually did? Where'd you put it?
All the way to the left.
You put it all the way to the left. So I'm going to draw a second number line, and I'm going to see Zara's, and then I want to see yours, Hassan Joe. Okay, so Zara, you put your 0 right in the middle. That's totally fine. You put, and then how did you space these?
0.3 plus 0.
Okay, so 0.3 repeatings in here. Okay.
And 0.4 is plus 1.
Where did you put 1? Right here?
Yeah.
Okay, so you went up by ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, cool. So then 0.4 you put closer to 1, but still in that gap.
Yeah.
Cool.
And 4.1 plus 2.
On the right hand side of 2?
Yes.
Okay.
And 3.5 the middle 0.4.
Perfect.
5.3 is 22 bits close to 5.
Perfect.
And 7.5 is limited up 7.8.
Love it. Okay, so that is one totally acceptable way to do that. Going up by 1 as a scale every time. Hassan Joe, what did you do? You said you put 0 right on the left-hand side. Okay, and then how did you scale this? One second, let me put all my little tick marks in here. How did you set the scale up for this, Hassan Joe? You went up by 0.5 every time, okay? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you went up by 0.5 every other one, that's great. So then yours look like what? Yeah. A little to the left of 0.5, okay? So there's your 0.3 repeating. When you say around there, can you be more specific? Between this and this, or? Okay, so right in here is your 0.4. To the left or to the right of it? Okay, 2.1. Yeah, it's going to be, that one gets its own. Love that. Love that. 5.3 repeating is its own. Okay, so it doesn't matter which one you did, if you did Zara's or if you did Hassan Joe's or if you did something similar but not quite exactly what either of them did. Both of these are fantastic. They both clearly label what's there. Depending on the values that you get, your scales could look slightly different. But yeah, no, thank you, both of you. Both of those are great. And I like, obviously, I like that they're different. There's more than one way to, as my grandfather used to say, there's more than one way to skin a cat, which is kind of a really dark, it's kind of dark, but that's okay. There's more than one way to throw down a number line. So what I'd like you to do now, a whole bunch of you didn't get your homework done. That's fine. I only assigned the first two, so I didn't think that was a lot there. What I'd like you to do, I want you to, and if I have to assign them, I will, but I don't want you to start. I want you to find a partner. Then I want you and your partner to find some whiteboard space. If there's something on it, feel free to erase it. There are, if you haven't noticed yet, some of you guys walk into class and then don't actually look at your surroundings. There are 15 segments of whiteboard. So the big ones at the back are all divided into two. The two big ones on the side are divided into two. That one's divided into two. This one is all one, just because I reserved some of this side. And that little one on wheels back there, one side is 14, the back side is 13. I would like you and a partner, or if you insist on working on, how many do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 4 of you. Yes, some of you could work alone, but either alone or with a partner, not in any groups bigger than that. I want you guys to find one, I want you to get one, no, let's do it this way. I want you to find a partner and go to a whiteboard segment. Go, and I will give you a pen. What you will be doing are questions 3 and 4. These ones. I'll slide them up so you can see them on the screen. You don't need anything other than someone to work with. I will come around with the tools you need. Someone's got to look to be organized and then start throwing stuff. Oh, wait. You already have an erase on the board. That. Red, blue. Red, blue. Wow. Nice. Out of the air. Okay, board 7. Do you have anything on that? Blue. That was Trevor throw. Excellent catch. Not a great throw. How was that one? Not bad. That was a fantastic throw. Yeah, you can find this. Yeah, right here. Okay. should be sitting on the couch? Hey guys, off the couch. Okay, let's go sit over here. Here you guys go. You guys are, oh, you have a red pen on the board already. 4 to 5, yeah, you guys have a pen and an eraser already. You're doing first these two questions on your work and your work. You guys have a pen and an eraser. Here you guys go. There's an eraser. Hassan and Joe, you guys are green. You guys are purple. Do you need another eraser? You have an eraser. Keep track. You got one. No, that's fine. You got one. There you go. Okay. If there's something on the board already, feel free to erase it. You can get rid of it. There you go. So I'll do one. Let me do the board right here. 1, 2, 3. No. 2. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Making a list of those numbers so you guys know what you're working with is probably not a terrible idea. There's 2 questions there. The other, Tamino? These 2 questions. Okay, see, excellent start. You're actually writing down the questions. I love that, John. Well done. So when you're further already than much of your classmates just by writing down the questions. It's done. It's done.
That's the first one, right?
Probably not a bad idea to start by writing out the numbers that you're, ordering. Guys, well done. No, sorry to them. You're good. Keep going. Yes. Okay, so you want to put them all in the same form. You can either turn them all into fractions, or you can turn them all into decimals. You choose. Which one you want them all into decimals? Okay. We'll grab a pen. We'll unlock our app. Okay. So were you here yesterday for the lesson? Okay, so then there's a set of them I want you to memorize. The fifths, 1/5 is 0.2. And all of these will then multiply. 2/5, 0.4, 3/5, 0.6. Memorizing this one. You know your thirds, 0.3 repeating. Your ninths are an easy one. 1/9 is 0.1 repeating. 2/9 is 0.2 repeating. They all jump up from there. You try some of these base ones. You can multiply up and see what they're pretty easy.
I know.
Yes. Yes. You don't figure here, yes.
This is this.
Yeah, well, 3 over 3 is 0.9 repeating, but 3 over 3 is also equal to 1. Because when you divide anything by itself. Well, these are the ones you need for this. But there's a fifth. If you simplify this, this is 2 over 6. How do you reduce this factor? Yeah, same as that. Divide by 2, divide by 2, you can get 1 over 3. This one's already a decimal. Those two, well, that's a ninth. Oh, that's a fourth. Okay, so then your quarters are 0.25, and you multiply your way up. Does that help? You try it. Okay, I don't want to try. No, that's wrong. Yeah, man. No, I want to check it. I'm just writing down my answers so that I know what to check. Negative. Guys, when you're done, don't erase it. Call me over to check it. 0.35 negative 2 over 6. 1 and 1/9. Okay, I'll be right there. I gotta figure out what these yahoos are doing. This is negative 1.25. This is negative 0.6. This is negative 0.35. This is negative 0.3 repeating, and this is 1.1 repeating. Okay. So you guys, what was your order? Negative 2, and then negative 1.25. And then negative 0.6, negative 0.35, negative 0.3. That's great, and I love your number 1. But we'll go to the next one. Okay. Your order is, I've already given 2 people warnings today, and I told you guys what the rules were on the first day. Why don't you put your butts away? I'm taking your call. If it happens again, office is gonna call. Okay, first one's good. I love it. Do both of you understand how this happens? Okay. Yeah, you made a mistake over 100, which yeah. That's fine. You don't have to do it. How did you do it? You can't. For some of those Which is just half the battle. You guys are good at racing stuff, you can head back. Okay, you guys are going to talk about the second one first. We're all done.
Yeah, because you said.
geometry, that would be fine. Yeah, but easy things to fix and the line looks good. You guys can erase it. If you understand, keep it round. And you can erase it, you can hit back. Okay. Fix this stuff. Yeah? We're good? Okay. You can erase, you can hit back. Okay, how we doing back? No, man, no. You're done, head back to your desk. -2. Okay, hold on, who's this one? Okay, bring it back here. I want Alex and Mercy to get out of here. Where's the second one? Good. So you can put 0.75 between 1 and 2. Let me write that. So then you got negative 0.5, negative 0.3, 1.3, 1.5, that's great. Got it. Whoever else on this board, if you can clean it up, that'd be great. Oh, check it. Is that not checking? There's a second one. There's your -1 and 2/7. There's your -0.5, -0.5, -0.3, 1.3. Okay. How are the two of you doing? Okay, so I just want to go over. I think by the end, I think we all got to where we needed to be. I just wanted to talk about some of the common mistakes that I saw and the things we want to try to avoid. The first one is what I often see with my grade 9s. I don't know what grade 9s, well, actually, I shouldn't say grade 9s. I don't know what my math students have against negative numbers, but y'all seem to hate the minus sign. I think every single group did it at least once. Negatives are numbers too, guys. Don't drop negatives. Some of you, they just disappeared between writing. Some of you, you wrote the question down right, and then the next time you were simplifying it, you just dropped the negative. Every piece needs to come along for the ride. Stop dropping negatives. That's why I think I saw every group do that at least once. The second thing, I saw a bunch of people did, not every group, but a lot of groups. When you guys are long dividing fractions, or you're simplifying fractions, it's always numerator. If I have something like 2 over 7, this is the one I saw the most confusion with. If I have 2 over 7, if you're going to do this thing using long division, it's, actually that's square. Always the numerator goes inside, and the denominator is the thing you're dividing by. So 2 over 7 is going to be 2 divided by 7, and then this is the thing that you're going to long divide. I saw a whole bunch of people tell me that 2/7 was 3.5. If you made that mistake, you are not alone. A bunch of y'all did it. And that's fine. That's why we want to catch it now. No shame, but just remember, that's how we want to set that up. And you can think about it too. Like, if this is 2/7, that's less than 1. How could something, because 7 over 7 is 1. So how can a proper fraction give you a whole number? On a test or a quiz, if you're like, I know this isn't 3 over 5 or 3.5, but I can't remember what to do, that's where you throw up your hand and say, Mr. Rudolph, and draw a bunch of things. And there are things that I can say, my class, I lots of, stop it. important for you guys to hear. It's important for you guys on the board over here to hear too. When I'm giving you guys a test or a quiz, it's my test. It's my class. You are my students. If you have a question on a test or a quiz, you are welcome to put your hand in the air and ask a question. I can walk up, and at that point, when I'm walking and I'm standing in front of you, at that point is when I will make the decision about whether or not I'm going to answer the question that you're asking. If you put up your hand and say, what's the answer? Obviously, I'm not going to answer that question. But if you put up your hand and say, I'm totally drawing a blank here, there are things that I can say to push you in the right direction without giving everything away. Okay? The worst thing you can do if you're totally stuck is to never ask a question. I had a professor in university. I think I told you guys about this one. It was, have you guys know the 5.5 hour final exam I had to write? Did I tell this class about that? No? Okay. So I had a university prof. We were supposed to have a 3-hour final exam. At the 5-hour mark, at the 4.5-hour mark, so it was supposed to be 3 hours. At 4.5 hours, he starts walking around helping people. He came up to me and said, Steve, if you just took these two things and put them together and brought that in, what would happen? And at that point, I was like, I do something, and then we kind of go from there. It was the most brutal exam I'd ever written, and he started to help us. It was his class, it's his exam. He has the right to do that. You are my students, this is my test, this is my class. I have the right to help you with it if I want. But if you don't ask the question, I can't. Okay? So make sure if you got stuck on stuff like this on a test or a quiz, all right, a quiz coming on Monday on this stuff. On Monday, there's a quiz. On the bed mass stuff and on the ordering, on this, exactly what we did today, is what you guys are doing your quiz on Monday. Okay? That is, my big plug for asking questions on quiz. And those are the two most common mistakes I saw. Otherwise, I think we're slowly starting to get this. If you're working with a partner who didn't let you do anything, maybe don't work with them next time, maybe call me over. You are responsible for both the parts of the partnership are responsible for understanding what's going on the board. Yes, I love that long division. That's what you're cranking it out. You can stop after 2 or 3 hours. You can round it to 2 decimals if you want. If you want to go 2.7, 0.29, that's fine. If you want to go all the way and call it 0.2857, that's cool. Yeah, I would keep going. The 7's will go on for longer. Okay. What you got? You're doing the right thing. You're doing the right idea. Are there any questions about this stuff? Nope. Is this stuff clearer now than it was yesterday? Yep. Yes? Okay, cool. Then I'd like you to return to your desks. All y'all. And I'd like you to find a page on adding fractions. Finding a page on adding fractions. We are going to do a bit of a lesson today, because it's not that hard. Okay, here we go. It's a short lesson. We can totally crank it out. Especially since it's review, because you guys have added fractions before. Where's what I want? I want this. Okay, so adding fractions is easy if the denominators are the same. If I have 2/5 of something and another 1/5 of a thing, I love the artwork on the board, but I want you to go back to your desk, man. You can leave it there. You don't have to erase it, but return to your desk. We're doing another lesson. Adding and subtracting fractions is easy if the denominators are the same. If I have 2/5 of something and I bring in another 1/5, how many 5ths do I have now? I have 3 of them. It's just a mathematical object. What kind of mathematical object is it? It's a 5th. Well, I got 2 apples and I'm adding another apple, or I have 2/5 and I'm adding another 5th. If the denominators are the same, adding fractions is easy. Subtraction is the same. If I have 4/5, or 4 of my 5 pieces of pizza are there, and I take away 1 of my 5 pieces of pizza, how many pieces of pizza do I have left? 3 of the 5, right? If the denominators are the same, addition and subtraction, you add or subtract the numerator, whatever it is, and you leave denominator. Can you guys see this color on the board okay? Or on the video, or the screen okay? Is purple okay? Someone say something. Can anyone not see this? You cannot see this? Okay, I will change colors. Let's go darker purple. Okay. But what if the denominators are different? Pizzas are a nice way to go about doing this. I have a half a pizza here and I have 3/4 of a pizza here. How much pizza do I have total? Well, the easiest thing to do here is to take this half and do what with it? Cut it, turn it into quarters. So if I take this thing and I turn it into quarters, I take my pizza and I cut it in half. Oh look, now I've got 2/4 there and 3/4 there for a 5/4 total. That's just a real life way to model finding a common denominator. That's all this is. We want to find a common denominator. So we model it using pizza. I don't want this in halves. If I'm adding halves and quarters, I can turn this into quarters easily enough. I just chop it in half. And now I can just count up my quarters. It doesn't actually matter whether or not the denominator you find is the least one, as long as the last step to what you're doing is simplifying things or reducing them. But we can go through and we can take a look at what it looks like to find the least common multiple, because that'll help us with this. How do I find the least common multiple of two numbers? What does the least common multiple mean? If I want to find the least common multiple of two numbers, or another way to say it is this here is the smallest number both go into, is often the way I'll say that. What's the smallest number 2 and 3 both go into? 6. How'd you do it? Did you just know? Sorry?
3 plus 3 plus 3, 2 plus 2. I just kept on adding.
Oh, you kept on adding. Okay, so you use this chart and you say, okay, that's 2, that's 4, that's 6, that's 8, that's 10, that's 3, that's 6. Oh, look. They share a common value there. Yeah, absolutely. That's certainly one way to do it. What else is interesting about 6? 6 is the same as what with these two numbers? What can I do with 2 and 3 to get 6? Multiply them. Often, but not always, but often. You can find the lowest common multiple of something by multiplying the two numbers together. Not always, but often. So the next one, 3 and 5. I could go up by 3s. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Thank you. 18, 21, 24, 5, 10, 15. Look, there it is, as was just previously stated. But also, 3 times 5 is 15. Yeah, if I kept it going, 30 would be another one that would work. If you can keep the numbers smaller, it'll be easier for you. Let's take a look at the last one, 2, 3, and 4. You betcha. Let's prove it. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. 3 goes up, 3, 6, 9, 12. So 12 is looking good because these both go into 12. 4 is 4, 8, 12. There it is. If I had multiplied these three numbers together, what would I have gotten? What's 2 times 3 times 4? It would be 24. 2 times 3 is 6. 6 times 4 is 24. So would 24 be the lowest common multiple? No. But is 24 a common multiple? Yes. And for where we're going, for what we're going to do now, don't touch his head because it's his head, not yours. And for where we're going here, it doesn't matter if what you have is the least common multiple, just so long as you have a multiple. Flip the page. So, steps to add or subtract fractions with different denominators. We want to find, does it have to be the lowest common multiple? No, you want to find, I'm going to go ACM, which stands for a common multiple. It doesn't have to be the lowest. Lowest will make your life easiest, but any common multiple would work. We want to find the number you need to multiply to get to the LCM in each case, or the any common multiple. We multiply this number to the numerator and the denominator of each fraction. When you have the same denominators, you can add or subtract the numerators. Simplify if you can. The denominator does not change. Hands up if you remember doing this last year or at some point in the past. You should have, in middle school, done this. So, if I'm adding a half and a third, you could make the chart if that helps you, by all means. But it's going to become quicker to start doing some of this stuff in your head. The smallest number that 2 and 3 both go into is 6. So I want to turn both of these fractions into sixths. Yes, sir? We could multiply it by each other. And whatever I do to the denominator, I have to do to the numerator. So to take this and turn it into 6, I'm going to multiply the denominator by 3 and the numerator by 3. So 1/2 is going to turn into 3/6. And then 1/3, if I want to take a third and turn it into a 6, I have to multiply this by 2. And whatever I do to the denominator, I have to do to the numerator. So I'm going to multiply this by 2 as well. So that's going to become 2 over 6. And now I add my numerators. 3 plus 2 is 5, and my denominators stay the same, which is what I just heard shouted out from the far side of the class, which is fantastic that both what I said and what he said are the same. If it helps you to fill in the chart, by all means, make a chart, fill it out. Give yourself permission to do the work you need to do. You could very easily say, okay, well, that's 2, 4, 6, 8, and this is going to give me 3, 6. As soon as you find a common number, you can stop. You can stop. If the mental map, you can even use your, here's the beauty of this, you can use your multiplication tables for this. Go down your 2's column, go down your 3's column until you hit the same number. You don't have to make the chart. Just use your multiplication tables. If I wanted 2, 3, and 4, I could go down the list. Well, I hit 12, I hit a 12, and I hit a 12. The first number you hit that's common to all three, that's going to become your lowest common multiple. You're welcome to use your multiplication chart for everything we do. We're going to do one more example. The time that I have left, maybe two. We'll see how far we get. 2/3 minus 1/4. What is a number that 3 and 4 both go into? 12. And if you're ever not sure, just multiply these bottoms together and you'll get a number that works. So in this case, these 3 times 4 happens to be 12. So I'm going to put these into 12ths. To turn 3 into 12, I'm going to multiply it by 4. And whatever I do to the denominator, I have to do to the numerator. So 2 over 3 is going to become what over 12? It's going to become 8 over 12. And then 1 over 4, to turn a 4 into a 12, I have to multiply it by 3. Whatever I do to the denominator, I have to do to the numerator. 1 times 3 is 3. So now I'm subtracting. I've got 8/12 minus 3/12. How many 12ths do I have? You subtract across the top and leave the denominators alone. 8 minus 3 is 5. 5 what? 5/12. And that's it. Okay. We'll leave the mixed fractions alone. We'll finish. Finish that on Monday after your quiz. Here's what I'd like you to do. I just want you to crank out these 3 questions right now. See what you can do with those. I'll help where needed. The only other homework you guys are going to have is going back and looking at what we've done already for your quiz on Monday. The quiz on Monday is on bed mass and comparing numbers. Quiz on Monday on bed mass and ordering numbers. Is it hard? I don't think so. Okay, take a look at those 3, and then you guys are preparing for the quiz on Monday. Perfect. Good ways to prepare for quizzes. You don't have to write the quiz on Monday. Good ways to prepare for quizzes. Go back, take a look at the homework again. Re-practice those. The way you study math is by doing more of it. Sure, but my point is, as long as you're doing math, yes. The act of actually doing math is what you've got to do. It's the only way to study for this. Whether that looks like flashcards or pen and paper, yeah. All sorts of ways to do math, that's what you need. I don't care, unless I specify, I don't care if you leave your answers as improper or mixed, as long as it's always in lowest terms. I don't care if it's improper or mixed, unless I specify. Okay. When you're done those 3, you can pack up. Bell's going to go in 2 minutes. But make sure you get those 3 done. Those 3 need to be done. Then you can pack up. And then have a great weekend. I'll see you Monday morning for your quiz. You can have your phone back when the bell goes.